Happy Thursday, everyone. It was so good to see all of you at Convocation, the Composers Convocation, and then our regular convocation last Friday. I was so impressed by the music. You guys are such great creators. A lot of the music um was challenging. It was like for some of the pianists, they were using two hands, they were putting chords in there. Yeah, it wasn't simplistic. It was really like intricate music. We had someone come in who played a ballad. This student composer was is really interested in World War II, and so it was a story about it was a World War II story, and it was a love story. And then other pianists came in and had some really cool titles to their pieces that they'd come up with. I mean, it's just beautiful because they're creating, and that's why we do what we do. We're creators, and so it's just getting to experience that. I don't get to experience that all year. I mean, we do it once a year for the composing stuff. Now they're doing sometimes in their lessons they're composing, but being able to share that is just such a treat. And the parents, you guys were so supportive of your students. You guys were giving really good feedback. Sometimes we've had convocations where it's just the students giving feedback, but parents, you guys were giving some great tips. And I love some of these young students, kindergartners and even younger, who wanted to say something after every single it was actually very cute. And there was this one girl, she's so young and very, very cute. She would give us such a positive, oh, I loved it. I love for every single thing. She just wanted to say that. And so I thought that was very, very cute and very supportive. I wanted to talk today. I realize for the last bit, I have not talked about giving back very much. It's been a lot of self-focus, self-empowerment, self, just everything about the self. And there's a reason why, but I don't want us to forget that we're also giving back and that we should be giving back. But the reason why is that I think sometimes with musicians, just like along with other service-based industries, but then also the arts as well, it's very easy to um to not be always be understood by others and not always be respected by others in certain circumstances, and then maybe sometimes not being valued as much just because of the nature of what we do, that it is subjective, it's subjective. And so I just think that it's very important that when we do give back, which we should be doing a lot of that we're not giving back due to being codependent or due to being trying to prove ourselves or trying to be liked or try to be accepted. And so that's why it's been very self-focused. That's why I've talked a lot about finding your dreams and going for them, and nothing that you can say is wrong or are not appropriate in terms of like whatever your goals are. If they're positive, why not? You can do anything you want. And that achievement is not wrong for its and sometimes I get messaging that yes, we are valued and loved apart from any achievements. Anything that we are doing, we are still important. But does that mean that we don't do anything? Does that mean that we don't try to become our best selves, that we don't try and see what we're made of? So that's kind of why I have really been stuck on this self-focus for a while. But we've got to talk about why we are all here. Music at its very core, and now some people might argue with this, I believe music at its very core is meant to be shared. It is something that we give to other people. It is a gift. And so when we recently had our advanced group go on a retirement home tour of Raleigh, that was giving back. And they were giving to us as well, because these children had been working for the past semester. since January on putting this together. The teachers arranged the music for the instruments in the class, and they put this together. And I thought it was amazing because these teachers were both band directors, but they had some of these girls singing. They arranged a couple of pieces, but one of the pieces I thought was just the coolest thing in the world. They arranged for piano and trumpet and guitar as the accompaniment, and then had the younger girls in the elementary age advanced class sing. It was so cool. They became an ensemble. But then being able to go and share, those adults loved it, and we loved being there. And it's just, it brings me back to why we do what we do. Yes, we are in our mission. It's all about self-confidence, right? It's all about the self, but you can get self-confidence in other places too. Music is not the only way that you can get self-confidence, right? Because what makes music different is that it is something to share with others. So we've talked about this in the past. A good musician is a good musician. A great musician is not only a good musician, but also is a nice, kind person, loves their neighbor, loves helping others, is willing to help and offers to help and considers others before themselves. One of the things that really struck a chord with me about this fact is that, yes, all of that is true, but you have to make sure, are you doing it? Are you giving back? Are you helping? Are you sharing of yourself for the right reasons? And that is why I talked a lot about the self, because if you're doing that stuff and being codependent, thinking that you're not worthy if you aren't doing something to help others, that's a big thing in the South, that we are supposed to be seen and not heard, and to always put others first, and despite of ourselves, right? If it doesn't feel like it's in alignment, or if it feels like you're doing it to be liked or to be valued, none of those that really isn't giving back. That's actually very selfish. It's very selfish. And gosh, can I just tell you, I have struggled with codependency for my whole life. And so that's one of the things that is why I've really been on the self empowerment thing. That's why I've talked about the word luxury and all of that, because in everyday circles, would I talk about that? No. I am doing it because I want us to all, and I'm telling this to myself, that when we give back, because that's why we're here, right? That's music is meant to be shared. It is meant, we are meant to touch people's souls. We are meant to get out there, and we are the physical embodiment of what it means to get out there and to give to others, because we physically have to do something to that it's not just up here. It's something that we're playing. It's something that we're using our voice. It's it is the physical embodiment of sharing, of giving back. What else can you do to give back? Parents of musicians, you have spent all this money and time with your student. What can you guys do? Maybe this summer, if you're taking a break, or if you're going on some trips or whatever, what can you do to give back, or to help your musician give back? Could they play for someone? Could they sing for someone? Do you have a elderly relative that they could go and show off some of the stuff that they've learned? Even if it feels scary, could they do that? Could they go to some more retirement homes? Gosh, they will never turn you away. They love that stuff. They are the best audience. They really are. And we are so thankful for the retirement homes that let us come in these past few weeks. But can you think of some ways that can tie into music that can help them also become better musicians? I mean, we want to be giving back. A good musician is good. A great musician is a good musician, but also nice and kind and helpful. Is your child helpful? Could they help a younger musician? Our badges, one of the things that we have for badges is going in and giving feedback to a student. I think even one of them is going in and helping, teaching a lesson. Your child could go and teach a lesson. It makes them a better student, but then it also helps somebody. It helps another person. Helping a child who is less fortunate, maybe in your local performing group. Like if you're at school, could we get, come to me, could we get something together for them? We could help them rent their instrument. I have tried for years to get a scholarship going. That is my dream for the schools, to have a whole section, a large percentage of the school be scholarship based. I mean, that would be amazing. So if that's something that you would like to help contribute to, let me know. What are some other ways? Could we advocate for our schools a little bit more? I mean, it's so unfortunate that back when I was in Wayne County schools, every middle school had a band and an orchestra and a chorus. I don't think that is the case anymore. How could we go and advocate for that? Because therefore, for us, music schools, we kind of are picking up the slack, but it would be so nice if schools could still have that for everyone, Of course, we don't mind picking up the slack, and of course, we would love to have people who can't afford it. That is just the dream. Let's think of some other ways, right? Because that's what gets the fire going. I mean, you can get confidence in so many different ways, but music is the only way that, in at least, I guess maybe there might be some other ways, but in sharing of our gifts to going places, that it is a way to communicate. So go communicate, go out there and communicate. Your child is playing so well, is singing so well. They have tools now. Go out there and use them. Don't just keep them for yourself. Go out there and share. If you have any questions about that, if you are unsure of how to start that process, let me know. If there's something that you would like to see us do to help give back, please. Again, I would love, and maybe we can do it now that we're moving, that maybe we can start that scholarship thing again. We COVID kind of messed everything up for a while, but I think I would love to get back there and get back there soon. Maybe, I should go to the women's shelter and go teach voice lessons. So I'm thinking of ways I can do this too. We actually did teach some kinder music at the women's shelter, and we don't do kinder music anymore, but maybe something like that. So if you can think of anything, please let me know. But it just feels so good to give back. It feels so good to help others. And we do want to put others before ourselves. We do, but not, I will just put that a caveat, not to the detriment of ourselves, right? Not doing it when we are depleted. So we pour from our cup when our cup is filled. So that means obviously taking care of yourself. And we've talked a lot about that, right? But then we do want to pour from our cup. We do want to, that's the whole reason to have self-care, is to be able to get into a place to get healthy enough to get, all the things that we need to be able to pour our cup into someone else's cup. That's why we do what we do. Music is meant to be shared. And I'm telling this to myself. It's very easy to kind of get stuck in a pattern of doing things. And summer is a perfect time, and we have a little bit more time to give back some more. So I'm going to be thinking of some ways, and maybe in the comments, you don't have to write anything, but if you have some ideas of how we can give back as a school or as a community, or even you as an individual, or me, if you have something, please let me know. It just feels so good, and it just feels so right when we're thinking about others. That is love. All right. I hope you have a wonderful week. We have wonderful weather going on. It is just so uplifting, and what a beautiful, beautiful time we are in. All right. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.